All right. Next up, we have Dr. Al Camus. He likely doesn't need an introduction to this group, but I've got a bio, so I'll give you the background for anybody that's new. He is an anatomic pathologist at the University of Georgia's College of Veterinary Medicine. A native of Louisiana, he received his DVM degree from Louisiana State University, and after a brief stint in private practice, he returned to LSU to complete a pathology residency and PhD under Doctors Ron Thune and John Hock. From there, Dr. Camus served as the director of aquatic diagnostic lab at the National Warm Water Aquaculture Center in Stoneville, Mississippi, before moving to the University of Georgia in 2006, where he now oversees the Aquatic Diagnostic Pathology Service and a combined aquatic animal pathology residency and PhD training program. Very interested to see what you're up to down there. Al, take it away.
All right. Well, thank you, Nick. Again, my name's Al Camus, and once again, I'm at the College of Veterinary Medicine at the University of Georgia. Um, Got to say, after listening to Abby's talk, Dr. Armwood's made quite a come up since leaving UGA. Congratulations to her. Um, but it's a pleasure to have the opportunity to say a few words about my laboratory and the program at UGA. And also to have the opportunity to introduce Dr. Ashley Powell, whose talk will be following shortly. Ashley is a graduate student in my lab, nearing completion of her PhD. And while I'm here, I also wanted to take the opportunity to publicly congratulate Ashley for her recent certification as a fish health pathologist through the fish health section. So my background is primarily in diseases of warm water aquaculture, again at LSU, and then later at Mississippi State, where I served as director of the Aquatic Disease Diagnostic Lab for a number of years. But in 2006, I came to Georgia, took a position at UGA that was established primarily to work with public aquariums, which is where the bulk of our diagnostic work comes from. But essentially everything we do here involves histopathology to a greater or lesser extent. In coming to UGA, I was tasked with the mission of establishing a 5-year combined residency pathology PhD program with emphasis on aquatic animal health, in establishing an aquatic animal disease diagnostic pathology service, teaching fish histology and pathology, and of course, doing research. I always have to include pictures with pretty colors and myxozoan spores to keep Dr. Griffin interested in anything that I have to say. So that's thrown in on the right there. But as far as the pathology residency and PhD program, this is a collection or the rogues gallery of former and current residents, which include Dr. Armwood that you just heard from, and also Dr. Powell, who again will be speaking shortly. And while I have you here, I wanted to take the opportunity to advertising for a residency position to begin in July of next year. Again, as Dr. Powell will be finishing her doctoral studies and moving on to bigger and better things. We do run an aquatic diagnostic pathology service at UGA. As already mentioned, we work primarily with public aquariums, but also from time to time with governmental agencies, with private veterinarians, pet fish owners, and commercial fish distributors as well. The image I've pictured here on the right is head kidney from a largemouth bass. There are large numbers of bacteria visible here. This is Edwardsiella piscicida, which is Dr. Griffin's all-time favorite bacterial pathogen. We teach fish histology and pathology, both in the classroom and at the microscope, as well as through periodic visits to the aquarium in Atlanta, where we do gross necropsies. The image I've pictured here on the right, this is gill from a spotted eagle ray. It's heavily parasitized with a monocotyledon monogenean group of monogenetic parasites that are unique to elasmobranch fishes. And of course, we do research. This is a laser capture microdissection unit, which allows us to do molecular work on collections of individual cells from animal tissues. Moving on, I think it's important that I say that I don't consider myself really to be a benchtop scientist, and that I can't overemphasize or stress how important collaborative research has been to the success of both my laboratory and my career down through the years. But I am proud to say that we do a fair amount of publishing on a broad range of subjects. Many of these have to do with this simple pathology case reports, research notes, and short communications. A few examples I've put up here. Many of our publications are first reports of emerging agents, such as the emerging rosette agent, Sphaerothecum destruens, that Sam has already spoken about in its appearance in native cyprinids in the southeastern United States. We publish a lot of just kind of weird and oddball case reports on unusual diseases. The example here is atherosclerosis and renal glomerular lipidosis in a Gulf flounder. Again, because of our affiliation with a number of aquariums around the U.S., we do see a wide variety of very unique disease cases and presentations that provide the residents with a lot of opportunities to publish. And then on the right here, we also do a lot of work just simply trying to apply kind of traditional mammalian histopathology techniques to aquatic diseases and fish cases. And the example I have here has to do with the use of immunohistochemistry to characterize spontaneous lipidosarcomas in a number of fish species. This is a skin tumor that involves abnormal scale development in fish. As far as more serious type of research, one of the big areas in which we work has to do with disease pathogenesis and pathophysiology. Few examples here, techniques such as the use of applying investigations of immune transcriptomes to study mycobacteriosis in seahorses. Mycobacteriosis is a very serious disease in most aquarium populations of syngnathed fish. We do a lot of work with in situ hybridization as well, particularly with using RNAscope to study disease development in different types of diseases. The example here has to do with studying the development of the proliferative gill disease organism in hybrid channel catfish. And then to the right, one of the more unusual with investigating the humoral response of captive zebra sharks to the salivary proteins of the leech Branchelion torpedinus. This leech is, again, has the ability to cause major problems in aquarium populations of elasmobranch fish. The other big area in which we work just has to do with pathogen discovery and molecular characterization. We've been very fortunate to describe three rather novel viral-induced diseases in elasmobranch fishes. Two of these involving adenomviruses that Dr. Armwood has alluded to previously, and also the investigation of a novel herpes virus causing gill disease in a tiger shark. So that's just a real kind of quick overview of the things we do. To kind of wrap things up, the instructions I received on this talk said might say a few words about the fish health section itself and the impacts it's had on us. I guess I consider myself third generation fish health section. As Nick previously mentioned, I was trained by Ron Thune and John Hawk at LSU. who were in turn trained by Dr. John Plum at Auburn University. I apologize, I couldn't find a picture of Dr. Plum, but he's one of the true pioneers of fish health in the U.S., particularly with catfish aquaculture in the Southeast. But all of these men, I think it's important to mention, were former fish health section presidents as well as SNESCO award winners. And they all had a tremendous influence on my career. And I hope that I've been able to pass a little bit of that knowledge and some of those ideals along to some of those who have followed through the lab. But I think probably the biggest impact the fish health section has had on me personally has been the opportunity to meet and make friends, and ultimately to be able to collaborate with a lot of really great, really smart, really talented people who are very excited to meet and talk with students and try to help them with the advancements of their career. So, and leaving out today, I would just say for the students out there in the audience, you've heard this before, but by all means, take advantage of the opportunity to meet people like Matt, Mark Fast, Esteban, and others who are again really excited and willing to try to help you get your careers and programs off the ground. So I guess that's really all I had to say. If anyone has any questions, it dawned on me that I did not include my email in the talk, but it's simply Camus, C-A-M-U-S, at uga.edu. This is a parting shot of the world in which I grew up, which were the cypress swamps and bayous of Louisiana. So thank y'all.
Virtual round of applause. Al, that was a great overview of the program you have there, and the legacy of those coming after you is quite impressive. Um, Folks, we got time for a quick question. If you have one, feel free to unmute yourself or drop it into the chat. All right, if not, thanks again. We'll move along.